I'm going to talk to you about some of the operational benefits of growing blueberries in a retractable flat roof house. So first of all, this house is 6 meters tall. So this particular model is designed for hot climates where cooling is really important, or nighttime cold protection. So if your nighttime temperatures get cold, you can close the plastic roof in order to keep it warmer. But the roof itself is, in this particular case, is a white cooling roof that is designed to reduce the heat that's coming through the plastic and reaching the plants. So there's a couple of key operational benefits to this house design. So first of all, it's 6 meters tall. And you can see here that the walls are solid closed, which means there's minimal entrance of thrip and whitefly, because thrip and whitefly tend to fly 1 to 2 meters above the ground. And when you have a 6 meter tall wall, you are going to reduce the entry. Now, this particular building is 2.8 hectares in size. It could be 10 or 20 hectares in size. And the bigger it is, the less sidewall area exposure you have for insects to enter. And so they have very low pressure of thrip here and minimal pressure of whitefly. Because thrip is such a big pest with blueberries, having the ability to reduce the thrip pressure can allow you to produce some of the varieties that maybe have really good size, yield, flavor, firmness, but are more susceptible to thrip damage. The second benefit of a retractable cooling house is in the open field, they are using approximately 20,000 liters of water per hectare per day. And here they're using approximately 8,000 liters instead of 20. So that's about a 60% reduction in the water consumption per hectare to grow blueberries. Now the yield in here, because they're able to use the retractable roof to extend the season, they will be getting at least 25% more yield per plant. And if you combine the 25% increase in yield per plant with the 60% reduction in water, they are using approximately 68% less water per harvested kilo compared to an open field. Now, the advantage of having a retractable roof in comparison to a hail net or tunnel or open field is the fact that you can actually manage the environment. So growers are experts on managing irrigation, but the earliness of the harvest, the length of the harvest season, the size of the fruit, the number of flowers is all controlled by the climate. And so when you are using a retractable cooling house like this, if we go over here, we can see that there is approximately a 15% opening in the roof here. And if I measure the leaf temperature here, it's about 37 degrees Celsius. If I go here under the cooling roof, I'm 31 degrees. So if I want to warm up the plant, I can simply retract the roof to get more sunlight on the plant. Now, for those of you that are concerned about your nighttime temperatures, when you are in a more desert type climate where you have high sun radiation, by retracting the roof in the daytime, when your temperatures are optimal, you're actually accumulating more heat in the soil and in the pots. So to give an example, if we measure the ground cloth in direct sunlight, it's 68 degrees Celsius. When I move from 69 in the sun under the retractable cooling roof, I'm dropping to 38 Celsius. So if you're concerned about trying to hold warmer temperatures in the winter, retracting the roof and getting the earth to act as a heat sink is going to build up the heat in the soil. So when you close the roof at night, the ground will slowly be releasing heat to keep the air temperature warmer than it would be outside. Now, when we were comparing the frequency of harvest inside here to the open field, they're harvesting approximately every 5 days because of the high sun radiation is causing a very rapid ripening. Whereas here, they're able to delay it to every 8 days, which is giving more chance for the fruit to increase in size. But also their picking efficiency is going up because there's going to be more fruit per plant that's ready. They don't have to harvest it as quick, because in the open field, if you leave it on the plant too long, it will become overripe and you'll lose your quality. One of the other important factors operationally is to be able to easily machine spray. And so when you've got these wide open spaces, tall houses, it's very easy to use mechanical spray machines in order to get a low cost and uniform spray. The next big focus on labor is on machine harvesting. And so this is where the genetics companies are trying to develop the appropriate genetics. But the second thing is, how do you influence the development of the plant in order to make sure that it's suitable for machine harvesting? And so this will be one of the key factors coming up as growers start exploring how to reduce their total cost of production, including harvest costs. Because if you're going to be using genetics that is suitable for machine harvest, you also have to make sure that you're able to manage the climate so that the plant develops the structure in order to facilitate machine harvesting. And obviously, when you've got these wide open spaces and tall buildings, it will be very easy for the machines of the future to be able to operate in a house like this, so that you're now able to react to future changes in technology.